Order, it is 3:38. Counselors, have you had a chance to look at the minutes from the February 14th meeting?
Yes.
Is there a motion for approval?
I move approval.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
The minutes passed. Okay, next is consideration of the consent agenda. Do
I
you?
have some items, yes.
Okay, Madam President.
I'd like to consider item 4, item 5 on page 1, item 6, and item 8 on page 2, and item 10 on page 3. And those are all I have.
Okay. Counselor Abbott?
I'm in agreement.
Okay.
So I move those items for consideration.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor say aye. Aye. The consent agenda passes. If your item was placed on consent, which just passed, then you're free to go. Okay, I'll call up the first item. That will be item number 7, a resolution approving and authorizing the mayor to execute and deliver a 6th amendment to the contract for microtransit services contract between the City of Birmingham and the River North Transit LLC, a wholly owned Via Transportation Incorporated, to provide transportation services along with the technology and professional services for the design, marketing, launch, operation, maintenance, and performance evaluation through September 26, 2022. The agreement with the City of Birmingham is pursuant to Resolution MO 2154-20, awarding funding in an amount not to exceed $1,499,500 for a term ending on or before September 26, 2022.
Move the item.
Second.
Okay,
Madam Pro Temp, we have Ms. Christina Argo that can come and speak, and I'm here also if you have any more questions.
Good afternoon.
good afternoon.
I'm here to entertain questions related to the VIA contract extension.
Councilor Abbott, do you want to go first?
Well, I just wanted to ask, we keep on having contract extensions. What's our long-term plan? Do we have one?
That's kind of a complicated answer. We've been extending the contract based on the amount of funding available.
Correct.
So, and yes, we do hope to have a long-range, long-term plan, and that's just kind of coming through to fruition now, and looking at how we're going to expand the program in conjunction with BJCT. That's the next step.
Okay, so when will the council be informed of what the plan is or what we hope the plan will be? We don't even know what we're hoping for right now, except everybody wants expansion, but you're extending this through September 26, presumably with this year's money, and then presumably in the new budget we'll have more money, but
So we'll come back to you guys with a plan for expansion. So what this does, extends our current contract. We have no lapse in service. We're actually going to add another vehicle to the fleet we have now, and then that enables us a few months to look at the data and to make an informed decision about how we're going to expand. And we'll be coming back to you guys probably within 2 to 3 months to go over that.
okay, well, those are all my questions for now. Thank you.
Okay, Madam President?
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you, Ms. Argo. My question was around the same sort of information I'm seeking. So this money just keeps you operating at the current level. You say you're adding a vehicle. So that's still, when we say expansion, that doesn't necessarily mean expanding into west or east further into the city. This is just current capacity now?
Exactly.
Okay.
And we've had, since in the last 6 months, we've seen our demand increase. And right now, we're kind of operating kind of at a minimal level until we could get this contract extended. So it's going to be great when we can put another vehicle out there and people's will be able to meet the demand that we're seeing.
Ken, I know there was a transportation committee meeting earlier today. Did you make a presentation to them? Did it include any updates on your current capacity or where you are at your current level?
We just discuss kind of high-level details, just like what we're doing now.
Okay.
So, Madam Pro
Yes.
Tem, Madam President, so our hope is just to connect, that's why it's the sixth amendment before the council, because initially VIA was a pilot program, but the success of it has got it to this level. And the council approved this funding out of ARP funding, so that's why we want to at least use this funding to get us moving in the right direction towards expansion. So that's based off what we told the Transportation Committee this afternoon. We want to look at the data and the analytics to make sure that we are doing the most route optimization possible, even if we have to expand to different districts, as you said, or, change some routes around or expand the footprint. But this gets us to the point to where we can, the administration can present something to the council for expansion, either out of the upcoming budget year or out of the second tranche out of the ARP funding.
Okay.
But we just don't want to lapse service at this point, so that's why we have this amendment before the council.
So let me just clarify, this 1.5, this is the money that we've already approved out of ARP?
Yes, ma'am.
And now you're coming back to us for it?
Release it, okay.
Okay, all right, thank you.
You good, Madam
Yes,
President?
ma'am, thank you.
Councilor Abbott? Okay, how likely will you all need, additional money for the vehicle hours? Because I saw in the contract, it says additional price of $63.49 per vehicle hour for up to 4,000 additional hours. How likely will we have to go into that part of the contract?
So that clause is just kind of an emergency
Okay.
clause, and we haven't had to touch that
Okay, good.
up to
Okay.
this point because we've done a good job of working with Chief Mental to keep the funding flowing so we don't have a lapse in service or have to enact that clause.
Okay, perfect. And I do think we need another vehicle, because I tried to do VIA for the metal opening. I was almost late. I know, but it was still very convenient to be able to have something else when I can't park, especially by Protective Stadium, so. Okay, there's been a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, the item passes. Thank you. Okay, item number 9. A project agreement between the City of Birmingham and Urban Ministry Incorporated, under which the developer shall undertake a project at real property located at 1345 Steiner Avenue Southwest, Birmingham. The property. There on the property sits a vacant firehouse building desired to be renovated and used as a construction workshop to train and hire young adults who live, work, or attend church in the West End community. Program participants and interns will learn construction skills and renovate abandoned homes. The city will sell the property to the redeveloper for $20,000, provided that the redeveloper is in compliance with the terms and conditions of the project agreement.
Move the item.
Second.
Okay,
We got Ms. Janice Doctor, and she'll come and present. Okay, good deal.
Minister of Urban Ministry, yeah. Good afternoon.
Pull your mic down, Ms. Janice.
Out loud. Okay, yes, we have Mr. Garrett Harper with us, the Executive Director of Urban Ministry. Urban Ministry is located in the West End area on Cotton Avenue, which is less than a block away from the firehouse shelter that they're looking to acquire. And this is going to be for a program that they call We Build. It's as an apprenticeship program, and they would like to I guess they're going to restore the building and bring the building back up, clear up some of this blight that's been there for several years, well, several decades, because I believe Ping was the last one that used that building, that's Partners in Neighborhood Growth, and I think that's been more than 20 years or so that's been closed, and so you can imagine the disrepair that the building is in. I think there were some pictures that may have been in your packet showing some of the destruction of the building. But Mr. Garrett has a good program that they would like to place there, and I would love for him to just kind of talk about, if y'all have given him a moment to talk about what he's proposing to do.
My name's Garrett. I've actually lived in West End, one block from Urban Ministry, since 2015. And I originally was pastoring a church connected to Urban Ministry. In 2020, I was asked to step into the executive director position. I was hesitant about this because it's my conviction that so many social organizations don't make real change. And yes, I think it's important that we pay bills. Yes, I think that makes a difference to individuals. But on a large scale, it doesn't change the neighborhood. And so historically, Urban Ministries had 3 core service programs in addition to paying bills and water, which is a feeding program, a building program, and an after-school program. When I came, we started an apprenticeship program that's geared toward helping young adults build wealth. It's a 2-year program. We hire them and teach them a trade through one of our service programs. So they can either learn to be builders, teachers, or cooks. Right now, our cafe is suspended because of the pandemic, but we're hoping to get it back running this summer. 3 days out of the week, they work on their trade. 2 days out of the week, they're in life skills classes. We teach them about finances, budgeting, bank account. They get counseling. It's a really holistic program. When they graduate the program, they get to lease to own one of the homes the building crew renovated in the neighborhood, interest-free. And the rent payment, it's a rent-to-own process, is 25% of the income of the job we helped them get. We would like to buy the firehouse and use the bay to teach these young adults construction skills and to hold all of our tools. All of the homes that we're going to renovate are right there around the firehouse and around Urban Ministry. The upstairs of the building where the firemen's quarters residence area was, we'd like to make it a small dorm to house volunteer groups that want to come in and serve in a Habitat for Humanity kind of way. That they might come over fall break and help work on a house. Anytime volunteers work on the house, it's less that the young adults would have to pay to purchase the house from us. It's an interest-free lease-to-own agreement. So whatever Urban puts into the house is what the young adult pays after they graduate the program. We're also, another part of this program that we're working on is trying to set up some investments for them. So if they pay 25% of their income toward their house, 5% would be invested, and Urban would match up to 5% in those investments. Our goal is to help young adults who they're from West End, their families haven't owned homes, their parents have been renting, their grandparents have been renting for 30 years, and we're going to pave a path for them to be the first homeowners in their family and to build some wealth. And we think the firehouse could help us achieve that mission.
Okay, thank you. Madam President, do you have any questions?
Yes, I do. Thank you very much. Happy to see any type of community revitalization or renovation coming to the West End community. So I'm appreciative of that. And I do hate that COVID-19 stopped you from serving your lunch. The lunches were very nice. I think they were about I don't know how much they were. They were very, very affordable.
$100, yeah.
Yes, so thank you very much. We hope to see that happening as we get through COVID. I do have a question, and either you can answer or Councilor Smitherman. Is this Oakwood Place neighborhood, Councilor
No,
Smitherman?
this is Arlington West End.
Arlington West End, all right. And so I just wanted to know, have you talked with the neighborhood at all about any of the interest in this, or you were coming to us first to look at the sale of the property, and then I just wondered if you talked with the neighborhood at all?
So I have talked to the neighborhood. Before the pandemic, I went to every meeting. Once they got on the phone, I just couldn't bear it anymore because it was hard. But I have talked to Dolores, who's the president of our neighborhood association. I've talked to several of the people who attended the neighborhood meetings regularly, and there's a lot of excitement about it.
How long ago was that you talked to the neighborhood residents and Ms. Dolores?
So I talked to Dolores 2 weeks ago about it, maybe.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. And the only reason I ask, I just always like to know what direction is going with the neighborhood and these type things. Now, you said there would be some living quarters that formerly would have been part of the fire station's crew. And again, you said this is like coming in for Habitat for Humanity, so you're thinking you may have churches or groups outside of the city that may want to come in and help, or are you targeting individuals who live in the area, and then they'll be able to work on their own, what they would hope would become their home. Explain a little bit more of that to me.
Both ends. So the homeowners are the young adults who graduate our program.
Okay.
They're the ones that get to lease to own the home. Neighbors in West End help volunteer in every aspect of what we do. They're already helping on some of the homes right now. We also invite groups from the outside to come in and work on the homes.
Okay. I just have one other question, Madam Chair. You said builders, teachers, cooks. When you say teachers, would they be teaching them the construction skills or the skills for how to build?
So we have the building, the teaching, and the cooking are 3 separate programs.
Okay.
But all graduates are eligible to own the homes. So the kids or young adults interested in teaching get plugged into our after-school program.
I see.
The ones who want to work at a restaurant or be cooks get plugged into the cafe.
All right. Thank you. Those are my questions, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you. Councilor Abbott?
Yeah, this sounds like just a fabulous program because I agree with you. You know, a lot of the funding that goes to not-for-profits, I'm sure it does great things, but there's no systemic change. So the question that I have is the houses that the people would be able to rent to own, purchase, are these existing houses in the West End community that you're renovating, or are they new houses, or is it a combination of the two?
So right now, the first one we did, we purchased from the Birmingham Land Bank, and we have 2 applications. So those houses are tax delinquent. They're often in really, really bad shape. We purchased another house that has been abandoned for 10 years. And we kind of draw concentric circles around Urban Ministry and the Firehouse, and we pick the ones closest to us.
Okay, well, I'm excited about this because heaven knows we tear down so many houses that could be saved if somebody really wanted to save them, but I guess they can't find anybody, so we bulldoze them. And then that affects our community development block grant funds because part of those are based on pre-1940 housing, I believe. I guess that's still true. So we're actually hurting ourselves by tearing down houses, but we're tearing them down anyway because people complain about them. So I think this is fabulous. You know, I'd like to come to your program. I don't need a house, but I'd like to learn to build something. You know, YouTube's kind of tough to learn how to do construction. So this sounds pretty fabulous to me.
Yes, this is also one way to try to keep the young adults in the community to live and feel have pride in what they're doing and what they've done, and it's something that they actually work on. It's their home. It's becoming their home, and they can kind of keep them to stay, for people to stay in that community and not just keep leaving.
Well, yeah, and then the neighborhood will slowly grow around Urban Ministries with people who are graduates of the program who hopefully will kind of network with each other. So, you know, you cook, I'll fix your house, and you can teach my kids to do math. You know, I mean, they could have, it just seems like a great idea.
Thank you, Councilor Abbott. Originally, I did have some questions, but I'm going to ask us to delay it a month to our next meeting because I did talk to the president, and she said you hadn't spoken to them. And I would just feel more comfortable if you just talk at the neighborhood meeting, kind of tell them your plans, because I would hate for us to pass this and then stuff started happening in the neighborhood. It's like, well, I didn't know anything about it. So I'm going to delay it just so you can talk to the neighborhood. If you need me to be on the phone call, I will be. I want to make sure they're informed before anything happens.
And I have not been to the neighborhood meetings on the phone. I did talk to Dolores at her house 2 weeks ago. I was just walking the neighborhood.
Okay.
I didn't want to misrepresent something.
Okay, no, you're fine. But if you could just get on the phone call and just tell them about your program, I would feel a lot more comfortable. You good? Okay. Motion to delay to the next meeting? What were you about to say, Councilor Abbott?
Well, I was going to make the motion, but you already made it. You already seconded it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, we'll see you at the next meeting. Well, I'll see you at neighborhood meeting. Okay, the next item is item number 11, an ordinance to amend the grants match fund budget for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2022 by appropriating $144,009.50 to the Crossplex NCAA Division II Men and Women's Track and Field Championship, $30,050 to Crossplex NCAA Division II Women's Basketball Championship. Funding source is expense reimbursement from the NCAA.
I move approval.
Second.
Chief?
Yes, we have Mr. Ruben Perez, who is the director of the Crossplex, that can come and answer any questions, and I can assist on the financial matters,
Okay.
along with some of our members from the budget team. Mr. Perez.
Afternoon, councilors.
Good afternoon. A question. Can you explain the expense reimbursement part?
The expense reimbursement part is the NCAA requires the bid cities who are granted the hosting bid to put up all the funds up front.
Gotcha.
And then the NCAA, once the receipts are done with, they'll reimburse the city the full amount of the championships.
Oh, I like that. Okay. Either counselor, do you have any questions?
No, I'm just really glad to see this happen because, for years and years, we're always promised there'll be reimbursements.
Yeah.
Sometimes you feel like you don't ever see them.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad to see that, we're actually getting a reimbursement. That makes me happy. Thank you.
Madam
I
President?
don't have any questions, thank you.
There's been a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
The item passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, item 12, a contract for sale and development of real estate between the City of Birmingham and Green Meadow Apartments, LLC, under which the city will sell approximately 222 acres of land located in the vicinity of Lakeshore Parkway at 1911 Tiger Walk to Green Meadow Apartments for a purchase price of $1.5 million. The Green Meadow Apartments will undertake a multi-phase project involving single-family, multifamily, and senior housing, which will include an estimate of 900 residents and a commercial town center.
Move the item.
Second.
Hey, I think this is your district, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Cornell Wesley, Director for the Department of Innovation and Economic Opportunity. What we have before you is a transaction that will result in a catalytic investment, catalytic development, all of the catalytic verbs, if you will. It is an amazing, impactful opportunity for our citizens here in Birmingham, not from 900 plus workforce housing to everything in between, including retail and commercial aspects. So we're excited about this transaction. This has been a parcel that has been in our possession for some time. There's been a story around it, but now we get to redeploy it, and anything that, at least in my view, that we engage in should have this sort of impact associated with it. So again, we're elated about this. We have with us today 4 of the partners associated with this development to answer any specifics that you may have around what it will look like. But we wholeheartedly, emphatically support this opportunity.
Okay. Madam President?
Well, yes, thank you very much. Of course, I am very excited of any growth and bringing new families, retail opportunities into the district. So I am very excited for these partners that want to bring this project to the Tiger Walk. I just wanted to know if they could explain to us a little bit about their vision for this project and number of homes and different things that they may be looking at. Thank you.
Mr. Michael Germain, former leader of the U.S. Department of Housing and Authority. I just want to pinpoint that from an expertise standpoint.
Okay.
Can I take this off too?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yes.
I also want to introduce the team that we have here.
And if you could speak into the microphone, thank you.
I want to introduce our team. President Ronnie Underwood, Eric Calhoun, who's our vice president, and probably everybody knows Ernest McLaughlin Mack, who's our project manager.
Okay.
And would it be, can you see?
Yeah, we can see it.
Yes.
Great. So the vision is transformation. We really want to be part of the community that's in existence right now and to expand and to create a community that you would want to live in, because some of you do in the vicinity. And I'll just tell you from a personal standpoint that while I was here as the director of HUD for Alabama, I always noticed that at Magic City Classic, UAB events, everybody leaves after those events and they go to other places.
Yeah.
Our vision is creating a place that they want to live in. And that's what the rendering is about. It's 222 acres. And just to give you a background on what we're looking at and what we're reimagining and we're investing in. So the first that you see, single families, this is in 5 phases. And the phases of this will probably go as long as up to 10 years to do this right. So we're looking at phase 1. And if you look at the single family, you see the grid, lots there, those are properties we're looking at. Okay, if you can go and point out.
Yeah, that's
Thank
fine.
you. This is workforce housing. And we say defining workforce as people that are working. If you're asking about what do we start at the point, we're looking at the low to moderate 300,000, and then it goes up. So what we're looking for on the initial startup, 88 single families for workforce housing, 57 patio style houses we're going to do, and a playground. The phase 2 is the town center, and we're looking at constructing 2 to 3 buildings for a community center for indoor activities and community meetings. And included in there, we're looking at businesses, daycare facilities, pharmacy, restaurants, professional offices would be in this space, specialty shops, residential school facilities, but the community will have some input and also listening, and we're going to help. What do they want in there? So the residential side would be the condominiums. We're looking at, in this phase, 100 units of condominiums and lofts along with a park. Our phase 3 is going to be 200 units of senior housing. And then we're going to have 22 single-family patios, style homes, and large park with walking trails. If you notice right over the existing community that's there, we're looking at putting a walking trail along there.
What is that existing community? What is it? What's the name of it? Or Madam President, what's the?
Are you near Mountain View? Are you near Tiger Walk? Which one is the neighborhood?
Tiger Walk.
Okay.
The existing.
Okay.
These 80 lots, 40 of them, through our investigations, have, they already have some laterals and
Gotcha. Okay.
And they're beginning to build in that existing community as well. There's
That's
some
right.
lots I know that are available, or that you have another developer that's working in that area, correct? Okay, go ahead.
Our phase 4 and 5 is going to be 300 units of housing. The multifamily side, top of the mountain. That view is going to be everything at. So we're going to do custom-built homes and condominium valley. So this is a phased-in process that we're going to be doing. We've got investors, and we're going to continue this going. We're looking forward to talking with the community leaders to share with them the plan, and we hope we have your support.
Okay. Thank you.
I did have another question. When you say in phases, you're going to start with the single family first, or what's phase 1?
Single family.
Single family. And these are the homes that are probably start out at 300K, 300,000?
They're going to be 300 plus, yes.
Okay. And is there any zoning that will have to take, or rezoning that has to take place to bring this project? Will you be coming back to us for any zoning?
Yes.
Okay, all right. And I did talk with the neighborhood president just prior to coming into the meeting. And I know you all have not gone to the neighborhood, but she's looking forward to the discussion and, what you all would bring. And that was one of the questions, would there possibly be some zoning requirements that would have to come before the neighborhood or just to present that to the council as well.
We look forward to it.
All right, she's looking forward to that discussion. Thank you. That's all,
Okay,
Councilor.
thank you. Counselor Abbott?
What is on this property right now? Is it trees and birds, or is there something else there? It's undeveloped, so,
The area you see existing is what's there.
and everything else is wooded. So what's the topography in this area? Are you in the bottom of the valley, or are you on the side of the hill, or?
This is south, this is top of the hill from here. You can see Michael or Robert Trent Golf Course.
That's
These
nice.
areas here, to Lake Shore, there's some easements, our investigation where, traffic, if that's your concern.
Well, I was really thinking about when you strip wooded property in order to develop it and all the mud and everything that runs off of it onto the next guy. So I was just wondering, who was going to be complaining to the council member about the mud. And I like the fact that you're doing this in phases, because you'll get, you sort of make a mess in one spot and then fix it and then go to the next spot so that the complaints will be lessened. But I think everybody knows that when you develop, a wooded piece of property, people get upset and they like to contact their council members who they think can do something about it. So I just hope when you get to doing your development, and I know it's a little bit down the road, but that you're extremely careful with your development so that at least people are not like up in arms with, torches and pitchforks coming to get people.
You don't want them to be impacted.
Yeah, well, I mean, we know there's just no way that they cannot be impacted, but, there's the really careful development and then there's the not so careful ones. And, I'm experiencing some of that right now, so I'm hopeful that y'all will just be very careful with what you do, especially on the side of a mountain, because all the water goes downhill. Mm-hmm. It just can't help itself. So, and the existing people, are they is this at the foot of a hill? Oh, the existing people are at the top, and the townhomes are going to be at the top?
They're in this area right here. I won't say at the top, but
Near the top.
yeah, but the development should not impact them at all.
Well, what is there's sort of a dark space over here to the side. It looks like it's by a roadway, but it's all darkened in. What is that dark? Yeah, mm-hmm.
That's where some of the underground utilities are, and that's shaded in so that you see these lines coming down through here. Now, we have never had a chance to do a due diligence on the property because we can't go on the property until the city approves our contract. And once we do that, then we'll go on and we'll do our due diligence. We'll engineer, civil engineer. We have to have our project down here, so, but until we get the okay from the city.
Okay, thank you. I think that's all my questions. I was looking at your park over here. Is that gray down there? Is that where the trail ends up, or does the trail is in turquoise and then it?
No, we're actually looking at the point that we can create a park, and that's part of our thoughts about this, where we can.
Okay, so it will eventually be a park. And which phase will that be in? Will that be at the end? Okay, thank you.
Madam President, do you have something
I
else?
don't have any other questions. Thank you.
Okay, I'm good. There's been a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The item passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Item 13, a resolution approving and authorizing the mayor to amend the ESG-CV program contract between the City of Birmingham and the Family Connection for additional street outreach services in the amount of $11,248.50 to be paid from reallocated ESG-CV funds for a total contract amount not to exceed $61,248.50. Is there a motion and a second?
Oh, I move approval.
Second.
Okay.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Chris Hatcher, I serve as Interim Director of Community. And this is, as you stated, a resolution to authorize the mayor to the Family Connections street outreach program called Project Hope. The reason for the requested increase is that the total budget was $50,000. The original budget was $50,000 to purchase a van to help our street outreach program. Just like all the other supply chain problems we've had, we had a scarcity of vans, and of course the demand is high and the price went up by the amount that we are requesting for the increase.
Okay. Councilor Abbott?
I really don't have any questions. I mean, I hope the program works. I said I hope the program works, but...
We hope so too. We hope so too. The total goal is to get our homeless youth off the street and to get them in an environment and provide them with services to get them transition to, permanent housing and provide them with services to I think that Family Connection does a great job, and partner with them many years, continue that partnership.
Okay, Madam President?
I just have one question. So this is independent of any type of youth programs or initiatives that One Roof will be taking. This is a total different organization, or is this part of
it's a different organization, and One Roof is our COC, our Continuum of Care. So they do coordinate, they serve as the umbrella coordinating organization for all of our nonprofit homelessness organizations. So, to enter to that coordinated system of care,
it's probably been coordinated by One Roof.
Like, Family Connection works with One Roof.
Perfect. Thank you. That's my only question. Thank you.
Are these? I guess I see there was an original contract.
Yes.
What services were offered under the original contract?
Under the original contract for the $50,000, it was just to purchase the vehicle.
Gotcha. Okay.
And we purchased the vehicle simply for the fact that it was due to COVID, and we needed a larger vehicle. We're picking up multiple youth, and we wanted to be out in the vehicle from transport to the street back to the homeless service center.
And that's with the Family Connection? I guess, so you're transporting them to the Family Connection or another?
We're transporting them to the Family Connection Project Hope. That facility is at 1321 7th Avenue North, yes.
How are you, I guess, getting the youth? Are you kind of just riding around, or do you have pinpoint places that you know?
It's really and truly it's street outreach. So they put folks out in vans, and they approach children day or night. Anyone, any.
Gotcha. Okay. I gotcha. Okay. Thank you. I was just wondering. Okay. Well, there's been a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. The aye passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. The next Budget and Finance Committee meeting will be actually Monday, March 28th, 2022 at 3:30 p.m. Is there a motion for adjournment?
I so move for adjournment.
Second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Thank you.